I'm quick predictions. Well, just from scoreline, I think this is going to be very much in favor of Maui. 250. I'm going to go 180.
Well, if there's anything I've learned so far in casting in this and various other leagues is that all my predictions tend to not only be wrong, but tend to be way off the charts. I believe I'm probably the only caster that's never gotten a single prediction right. So for that reason, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Now going into P1, here we go. Guns a-blazing, weapons are hot, rival nines as pretty as ever as we go over to P1, primarily favoring control over to Cleveland.
Yeah, but already Cleveland getting that early rotation going. You can see at the bottom, AJ Treese getting the sneaky position, and that will be successful for himself. And he just needs to hold that position, make sure spawns are going onto that left side of the map, up by Dust Dumpster, so they can quickly file in. And AJ still holding down the fort, and the threat from Maui has been unsuccessful. And already off the get-go, Cleveland, well, they're coming out strong with guns blazing.
Well, this is exactly a good start you want to have. Really solidifying yourselves as worthy contenders in the semifinals here of the COD Rec League. Cleveland, though they're down, or they're considered underdogs in this with 2 match losses so far in the season, they certainly have demonstrated so far that they wanted better. 29 seconds and counting will favor Cleveland and Spiky at that. Trades will unfortunately not go in. Vuki will go in, and all the madness and the momentum at that for Cleveland.
Yeah, but they're only going to get scraps for that, so not much going to their favor as they're going to go over to P3 and set up in the lovely little meat restaurant. And MWIII, well, he's going to deny any ways to get through, but unfortunately Bob will take the kill. And Control initially going in favor of Maui. But look at down south, 7 and 5. They're already there. They're on point and forced Maui off point.
I think Fatitius made a really good point there and sort of getting himself off the point as soon as he could. He was playing patient and playing his life as a result. No use getting double teamed and having a man down for the side of Maui. So just like that, the wall bang is going to go through right in the door. Fatitius is particular patience and discipline at that is going to reward Maui with a retake here onto P3. But Bob is going absolutely insane. There's 1 and 3, but isn't able to finish it off. There's his teammate, Tolki. Scraps over for Cleveland.
Yeah, and what helped with Cleveland is that they came from the top, they came from the north, and with that, Maui aren't actually able to get good angles to go and see on point to the north. So they used their spawn advantage to massively help swing around the outside, come from the rear, and that's how they were able to break, but it was just a little too late with 20 seconds, so not fully worth it, but still, scrap points are better than no points. As we head over to P4, open sight. It's a lot harder, and you do really need the AC control, and you also need the top broken as well to really hold down that fort.
Well, let me tell you what Maui needs. Maui needs to shut down Bob. Bob is going insane. That's a 4 streak for the man, the myth, the legend, or 5th streak. Let me correct myself there. The man, the myth, and the legend going 14-6 in the process. Absolutely caused a complete disturbance on the side of Maui, sort of not allowing them to get that full hold on Hill. Cleveland just treading lightly at the 100 mark. Maui starting to follow closely behind. So as I said earlier, got a player like Bob starting off strong against a team like Maui, who's undefeated. They're doing exactly what they need to do. 3 kills off as we rotate over to the new point, but now we'll see a stalemate. Stalemate between AJ and the rest of the blue that are facing him. He'll be caught. And there's a 2-piece for MWIII.
MWIII coming and sliding in. That's exactly what you need to do to break the tension, get some more points as Cleveland's gap is just slowly closing in. Vuki's going to hold point, but MWIII once again. MWIII on that 5 streak. Maybe a cruise missile in danger? No. Again, Cleveland will deny, and when we thought we were going to get cruises, they're still not coming out. Bob denied now MWIII, but Bob not going to be able to get that nade through a trophy. Going to deny it, and Sight is still in control of Maui. Round the back, has Bob got the kill? He's going to have to really look round. The Renetti will do the job. Again, scraps going in favor of Maui.
Well, seems like Maui has woken up and smelled the coffee as they've been faced with the reality of elimination should they lose this match. So now they've woken themselves up, got 2 successful retakes into the process, and just like that, back into the game with 5 seconds to gain back in order to take the lead back on the side of Cleveland, who started off strong, but they're slowly but surely starting to crumble. Now this is a measure to see when you got a team like Maui starting to kick it up into a 4-wheel drive to see if you can answer with kills back into the process. And just like that, Spiky is able to do it as AJ looking to really soak up that time and have no disturbance in the process.
Yeah, he's really enjoying his little nap down there. Probably got himself a nice pina colada. Just the sun's out, the gun's out type scenario in Cleveland. Really soaking up P1. A site usually we define as the bloodbath. And there's not really been much blood spilled. Vilki maybe getting one loss. He will get the scraps for it. And Maui, they've got some good control, good players over to that A site. I spoke too soon because Turkley has actually done a lot of damage to push a lot of the Maui players off. However, with Tuki down, Maui getting themselves back in position and time going into their favor.
Well, we've seen a full rotation all through all 5 of the points. Now, we're going to go through another rotation with the only difference, despite the score, being now that on this P2, Maui established themselves onto the point and established early. Not much kickback given from Cleveland. Now is an opportunity to do it. Opening is made from the side of Cleveland. They need to get at least one gunfight win in order for this push to be successful, and they do it. They do it well. Tolkien and Spiky, the dynamic duo, are going to take back P2.
Again, a nice, good control. Take control of the outside of the point. Clear them out. Make sure that they're spawning before you start attacking. And that's exactly what Cleveland are doing, reading this play brilliantly. And already Cleveland are getting the early rotation. But Bob, he's not going to commit to the point. He wants his reinforcements to come in before he commits to getting on site. Because at the moment, you can see there's a lovely line of blue of Maui. They're waiting, and that's why Cleveland conceding the point for now before they look to retake it. But Bob under pressure, nah, he's no worries for him.
Wow, Bob said, let me just keep this at 2 KD right where I want it to be, sitting nicely. A 1v1 situation from the side of Maui and Cleveland. Bob wins it with his rival 9. Couldn't find the third. This man isn't Superman and can't do it all as Maui finally get that opening back. Points are going to be contested from both sides. You'll love to see it if you're a Cleveland fan, being stubborn, not allowing Maui to get that time. He's going to be shot in the back from Bob, getting his revenge as Maui still struggling to catch up against Cleveland.
My prediction is completely off right now because we've gone to the 180 for Cleveland. That's when I said that they should be. Remember, Cleveland's lost 2 games. Maui haven't, and it doesn't look like the case. Over to P4. It's traded back and forth. No one's really gaining an advantage, but there is just a 1 more player than there is against Cleveland. And it looks to be Maui going to take the initial control over P4. A hard site to really have control. And Maui, well, this might be the comeback score they want. However, rotations are a bit more in favor for Cleveland.
Rotations are a bit of a favor, and that cruise missile is going to go in and not do much damage in the process. He said this point is hard to hold, but to kick things off, Maui got all 4 off like it was nothing. So a good start at that. There's our good old friend Bob, yet again causing more than a headache. He's dropping bodies from the side of Maui from top AC. He's saying, look, you guys can get a couple of time when I'm back in the respawns, but let me tell you, get on the top AC with an MCW, no one will stop me. That's exactly what Bob has been doing. Even if they get these last 4 seconds of time, Cleveland still at a decent lead against Maui.
Cleveland's got a nice starting position for the final point. And look at the 2-piece from Bob. Is there 3 as well? Oh, thank you so much, Bob. He is on the streaks, and he's finally got the cruise missile in the bag. Bob is still not done, but he will finally fall. And I said Cleveland have a good setup. They really do. They've been able to pinch themselves well, but there's just a sneaky little Maui player coming from the rear. Cruz immediately invested because they know they've lost points. Is it going to hit and find somebody? No, just information for now. And they know that now Maui's turned the tide. Broken Cleveland well. just after Bob does a cleanup.
Cleveland now treading at the 200 mark. Maui's got to get a full hold onto this to be at that point where they're right neck and neck. Even then, Cleveland will still have just a handful of seconds left. So rotations are going to go through. Cleveland is set up already on the next point over to P1. Maui now tasked with making a successful break at that. MWIII needs to get control of top AC here, and Fictitious helps him do it. AJ Reese this time won't be able to sit down and enjoy a nice pina colada as Bob takes his place. They get the 200 mark. Cleveland set to the respawns, and Maui, this is looking to be fantastic setup. They'll take the lead off this if they hold.
Yeah, they've come alive, but the feed turns white. We spoke too soon because here comes the wave of Cleveland. It seems to be when one team dies, then again, they will come and respawn and come in hard and fast. And it's exactly what they need to do. P1 becoming the bloodbath as we've been expecting. But control going in favor of Maui. I thought it was going to be Cleveland for a second. No, Maui able to hold them off. Bob coming in. We know he's a fragger. Getting points again. Rotation already in favor of Cleveland. But the man advantage was Maui's until point was held nice. Spiky doing a great job as well.
P2. P2. We're all going to be boiling down. A sea of blue tries to infiltrate onto Cleveland. You got two players on point. Spiky, his teammate over at Cleveland, looking to be a menace as his teammate Bob sitting comfortably on the point. Finally, Nug finds an opening. That's two for him. It's just not enough. Time is ticking. Maui's got themselves back on the points. Look like a promising setup for the side of Cleveland, but they're just not able to close it out. They don't have any time to kill. Maui can very well win onto this point. Into the blender, Cleveland goes, and MWIII sitting at top red is certainly not making it any easier.
Not making it easy at all. There is still possibility of a win, but again, control will be taken over once again. The tide has turned. Maui able to hold on to point, but they're already rotating over to P3. They know they can't win it here. Maui only going to be mere points away. 4 points to go against 9 points. It's tightened right the way up. Maui have point advantage. They're not going on just yet. Reinforcements aren't in a position where they're happy. Bob up top, unable to get anything, but Maui have found themselves alive. Spiky on point, trying to keep this going. He finds the kill. They are still fighting their way through. Spiky still on point. Point now open. Anyone to take 1 second only needed. Still contested. Cleveland keep themselves going somehow. And
they got it.
They got the point. Cleveland takes map 1. How is that possible?
God. 3 words for you, Hyper. B, 3 letters. B-O-B. Bob kinda jumped in with it seemed to be like 0.9 seconds left. I thought. Well, if one thing's for sure, that high energy search or that's high energy hardpoint certainly was fun to watch. But as we go into search and destroy, especially on invasion, patience is the virtue to winning this map. So just as that happens, Cleveland makes the mistake. Walking into the iron sights of Maui, there's the bomb, and there's a life already down from the side of the on fire.
Yeah, and it's going to go back into their favor. Traded out quite nicely. Guess who it is? It's Bob coming out, but it will be another 2 coming there into their side. Now it's MWIII left alone. Not in the greatest of positions. Bomb still open. And there's a possibility with the information of knowing where he is that a fuse can start to go in. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Is there any information? Yes, there is enough tags. Denies the bomb. MWIII says thank you very much. Down to a 1v1. Spiky unable to get anything. And MWIII played that perfectly.
Oh, yeah. That was incredible. I mean, there's no other way you could have played that. It's like he was reading my mind. You know, I'm playing a lot of times. What's fun with casting with these players at this varying skill levels, sometimes you like to put yourself in their shoes, and I did exactly that. I was telling myself, let's peek the point, get a couple shots in, run away, make him think that I was rapping, and at the last second, peek, get the kill. It's exactly what MWIII did, like he was reading my mind. That guy, although he was on the losing side from Hardpoint, is certainly a person to still worry about as he opens up round 1 with 2 kills.
Yeah, and you can see how far forward Maui have pushed themselves. They've really defended that A site. They're also overcommitting just a little bit, which could put them in a little bit of danger because I don't know if they know if AJ is still there and they could be caught out. They are checking the angles carefully, but in doing so, look how far Spikey's got himself up. So Bomb not down, but there's going to be a wrap around the rear as well. Bob, nothing there really for you, buddy. Bomb going down.
There's Bomb down onto B. So we saw Maui plant on B last round. Or, excuse me, Cleveland plant on B last round. Bomb's going to get down, put down in the same exact spot yet again. Petitious, now even the lives on both sides, 1-1. I don't know if he realizes yet that Tolkien is waiting menacingly on the other side. He doesn't do it. Shots are going to go through from the Renetti. Tolkien, you could have gotten the kill. I'm not sure what happened there, but he finally does. Finishes the deed. Cleveland going to take home that round. Is a little worried there for a second for Tolkien. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, he basically was midway through a run, and it was quicker just to pull out the pistol. I get why he did it. Just missing all the shots did not help, and then pulling out his AR, half the clip's already in there, so a bit of an unfortunate COD timing possibly coming into there. Unfortunate for sure, and Cleveland able to steal that round off Maui. I think Maui had the better control, better positioning that time round. Yes, it went to 1v1, but COD luck, COD timing going into their favor as this long-range engagement. It's not killed anyone yet. This is kind of the first time I've really seen teams really doing it, as Spikey's going to get 2 off the bat. And Spikey being a thorn in everyone's rear end.
Well, a thorn at that. And you know, this is also being a thorn, showing no mercy to anyone on the map, regardless of mode. There's Bob Renetti. Bomb carrier is down as Waze got a 2-piece last time we saw him in a situation, but he's not able to. Bob is here, not here to play. Wants to get this thing sorted out as quick as possible. So there goes another round win for the side of...
It was done quick, fast, and efficiently. I can't really comment much because we didn't get to see the Spikey's 2 kills, so I don't know how, if that was just, you know, poor positioning or Spikey just trapped them. But either way, when you have the man advantage, you take advantage. And that's exactly what Cleveland did, and they closed out that round nice and fast. We're not seeing any A pushes yet, which is no surprise on Invasion Search and Destroy. Everyone likes this B site. It's nice and open. You can... The post plant's a lot better. Voodoo? Vuki, sorry. Getting the first kill nice and easy. Not over-aggressing as well, but unfortunately, that flash will leave him in a bit of a situation.
Raid's gonna go through successfully. Flatish looking to make the last laugh. Giggling on his way out the door, but AJ is there to knock him over while he's laughing to himself. 2v2 situation. Bomb is still in hand for Bob. If you were to have someone with the bomb, it's going to be the man, the myth, legend, Bob. What a fantastic way to draw out Waze. It's a bit of a worry to begin with. Nuck, now with the location of Bob. We'll see if he can get the kill onto the bomb carrier. He's not able to. Bob is just too good.
Nook went too fast. That was what's wrong. He should have let Bob plant. Look, because as soon as he planted, yes, okay, Bob got the piece of information, but at least he could have backed out, let the bomb go down, and made sure that was happening. That's possibly what I would have done. Probably still would have got me killed because Bob really did react fast there. Again, when you go too fast, it just fails for you. But Cleveland up 3-1 now, showing a little bit more dominance for now. But as we saw last time in a previous game, it was 3-1. And what happened? 4-game streak came out next.
Yeah. I mean, now we're opening into the next round. This will be round number 5. Nuck will get a kill on Spikey. Don't answer the door because someone is home. And Nuck, from the likes of it, kills Bob. So a big weight taken off the shoulder of Maui. Finally, Bob put to rest. He was going 4-2. Viticious and Nuck. Up to these two gentlemen with the bomb. Push themselves into B and create an opening in the process. Intel will be given, but from behind is Tolkien. What a great way for you to get a 2-piece then from the unexpected Maui as the bomb goes down and he still roams freely behind their spawns.
Yeah, and eventually the position will have to be given away. He's just trying to see if any piece of utility is going to be used. Toki using the high ground. I think he might have just gotten past Nuck quite nicely. No, Nuck's got a little bit of information. He knows, and Nuck's going to say, no, 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 no. No sneaky plays on my watch. And Maui finding the round they needed, bring themselves back into that game a little bit more. This game is far from over, and Maui, well played, well executed. That aggression inside the buildings worked to their favor.
Yeah, I mean, it did work to their favor at that, but we know a team like Cleveland shows no sign of slowing down, even when they're a second away from defeat. So, Rio now going into round number 6. Bomb will be held on AJ this time. We're gonna send on Tolki over to A, get some peeks in there, maybe cause some confusion in the process, but nades and stuns will ultimately be what the information is given. Bob trades out Nuck in the process. Nuck was doing pretty well. Immediately shut down. Bomb still in the hand of AJ, but a 2v3 situation favoring Maui.
Yeah, Maui's going to be very happy in this. They know they have map control as well. They are able to search it all out. Fictitious going to completely clear out A and say, look, definitely not down here, but you guys cannot hold this fort down. I'll come at last resort. Waze in a bit of a sticky situation. No, he's not, because Vuki would take down Bob. AJ, it's down to you. We're holding bomb, and what they can start to do is close on his position as well. Make this even harder. Waze sticking to his position. Don't have to do much. Vuki, again, stay in position. You don't have to do much as well, but the information's given away. Now they know where he is. And it seems to be AJ in a massive amount of trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, AJ, the smartest decision to do is exactly what you're employing. Get the bomb down on A, buy yourself some time, and ultimately confuse Maui. And now let us see if they'll check the A bomb site. They're able to do it, but just in time. Just lay down for a second longer, and you'll find yourself the first opening kill to begin it. Waze. That wasn't... I would kill to see his perspective. I mean, my goodness, from sitting in dark, he got a headshot off that. Well done. I mean... should have been a round win anyway for Maui, but that headshot must have been impressive.
I can imagine it was, and to be honest, it's not much he could have done in that situation either.
Right.
Could he have moved back? Could he have rotated? No, I think he heard the sound cue of the footsteps as well. You have to remember, COD footsteps are actually quite loud. And as a ex-ninja, well, I say ex-ninja diffuser, I'm still a ninja diffuser. Footsteps are the most important information, and we listen to that so carefully. Unless Daddy's been popped, that's the only time that you really start to struggle. So great read to dive down, hold that defensive line, but then you're stuck. You're behind sandbags in the open. There's not much you can do. Immediately, Maui, though, taking it slow, changing up the tempo, not going fast.
Well, that is the tempo that is to be expected on Invasion. Waze finally taken down the one and only Bob to make an opening. I'm sure, again, a huge sigh of relief will fill the souls of Maui as they look again to push themselves towards B. On the other side is, I'm sure, the frustrated AJ, not able to make a play last round and bring it home for Cleveland. Now, this round here will be a big one to win for Maui and putting them in the lead so far for this series. All is quiet on the Western Front, and AJ will employ a nade. The trophy will go through in the process. Gonna play a game of trade with each other, sticks and stones, what have you. Fictitious will find the kill, create an opening in the process. Spiky gonna get a kill himself.
Yeah, he will get the nice kill. Bomb going down. Fictitious will take advantage of the little pause that there was. Turkey, no. Nothing that Cleveland could do in that situation. Maui executed brilliantly. And it's always the case when you have a game mode like this, you can really slow the play down, and then just by a snap of the finger, one nade, one piece of utility, you explode onto that point exactly how they deployed and exactly how they did it. Realistically, Cleveland need to be careful here. We're having a near to similar situation like last time, and Maui, that's 3 games in a row.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of what we saw in the last series be mirrored here on Search and Destroy. Now Maui Got a momentum going for sure on their side. Now Cleveland yielding to this momentum as they play themselves pretty far back, opening. This time they can get the first pick to open out the round, but it's MWIII and Vuki. Already at a disadvantage, Cleveland sits with the bomb in their back spawn and have no idea where to go.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward situation. Not much you can do. You're completely pinched into this point, and it's exactly what Maui have done. They made sure that bomb cannot go anywhere with ease, because you can see that's going to give a lot of information. Truthfully, it's going to give away his life entirely. Make that even worse. Or has he stayed alive? No, he has fallen. No, he is alive. My apologies.
Yeah, well,
somehow he stayed alive.
He did. And at 9 and 5, Tolkien stands. He's got the bomb in hand, 30 seconds to do something. 3v1 situation. It's unlikely that he will. But with a decent wraparound here in about 7 to 8 seconds, I believe, to plant the bomb, he's going to have to do something quick. If he looks to his left, you'll see a Maui player just sitting there, but he won't. He'll just go straight for the bomb site in the process.
No way. Oh, I thought there was some really good COD timing, but that kill's going to be critical, and there's not enough time to plant the bomb, and Cleveland have just missed out on a great opportunity. I genuinely thought there was going to be a sneaky plant, but no. 5-3 match point in favor of Maui. Sorry, map point in favor of Maui.
Yeah,
it's more like the 7-0 we expected from Maui.
Right, and Maui up to this point have been holding their breath given their undefeated record so far in the COD League, yet no map so far in the series to show it. Granted, this is going to be map number 2. They are going to be on map point, excuse me. So Maui looking to sigh in relief if they're able to win this round. Cleveland, again, they've been in situations far worse than that. We'll see. We're able to pull it off in the process. Picks are going to go through again, favoring the side of Maui. Already, Cleveland is at a disadvantage, 4-3.
It's a small disadvantage, but Cleveland can make a comeback from that. Tuckley will do exactly that. But Fictitious is trying to say a little bit of presence. I'm here. Vuki unable to actually get the kill. Now it's going back in favor of Cleveland. Bringing it back to a 3v1, and Fictitious all alone has got to pull something out. Oh, he's just going to miss. Who was that running in? That's going to be Tuckley. And somehow Fictitious is keeping himself alive. He's going to find another pick and not able to get the kill, and Maui will lose the round. Cleveland bring it back 5-4. Round 11? Question mark?
Round 11 is a question to be asked, and if you're someone like Tolkien, it's something you really, really want. 13-6 to show it off here on Invasion. Still, match point for Maui. You're a Maui fan. You're still in that area where you're very much so tense, and I'm sure still holding your breath, because although you got one more round to give, they had one more second to give in just the last map, and they had to pay for it. So, here we go. Round 10.
I really want this to go round 11. This would
sure
perfectly describe the way these guys have been playing. Spiky again, nice and aggressive, but his footsteps are going to be crucial information for Vuki. Vuki is going to not win that. Spiky able to get the better flicks, so that's going to give a great pathway. Now they're able to get some advantage, map advantage towards the A side. A full-on proper execute towards A, but you have to also remember on the north side, Tuckley has got position up there.
For the first time in over 4 rounds, Cleveland actually got the first pick to start things off. Now, Maui answered to the call. Now leveling it over to a 2v2 situation. Bomb is in the middle of the map. Tensions are high as players not exactly sure where that information will be going. That door is going to slam open. Maui's a little too far away to tell that, but they are going to be sitting on bomb, or they're not going to be sitting on bomb, and giving AJ a free plan. Oh my.
Yeah, use the post-plant situation, try and capture them, use the time to your advantage. That's what they were looking to do. But the jump out's coming at the wrong time. That's great information for Tuckley, because now he knows MWIII is over there as well. MWIII gives MWIII more location. 2v1. MWIII in a horrible position. He can't get on point because he's pinched from 2 long-range positions. Wherever he goes, he will be spotted. Tuckley gets a little bit of damage. Again, he's still making his name known. 20 seconds left on the clock, and they don't have to move. Why did you move? Waze now have an opportunity towards that A side. Is he going to get the kill? We're going to round 11.
Round 11 at that. Cleveland, again, they were down. It was 3 rounds, Hyper? And now they're up.
Yeah.
5-5. And who else would it be, Hyper, than Tolkien? Tolkien said to Bob, he said, listen, man, I know you've been doing a lot. Your back must be hurting a ton. Let me allow you to sit down, grab up some popcorn, and enjoy the ride as you see me close out the past 2 of the 3 rounds we've won. So, around 11, Maui, sure, sweating bullets as they hope their bullets hit.
They've got to hit. And that's exactly what you've got to do now. It's critical. If you're Cleveland, you want to get the second map and close this round off early. If you're Maui, you want to get this win to keep yourself in game. A good opportunity for a little push, not going to be successful, as Cleveland are going to try and see what they can defend. How far can you push up? Great, easy, free, first kill. Spiky will say thank you very much. Advantage in favor of Maui. Cruise missile also invested. Great information. And that's going to be critical as well. That's another kill on the side of Cleveland. And this is looking disastrous if you're Maui. 2 men left against 3.
Maui has the bomb to work with, and Waze falling shortly behind. Fictitious looking to make a name, put on a performance in the process. Bob not able to do it. That's 1 down. 2v2 now situation. If you want someone to do it, it's going to be Waze. So he cleans up shop. Have some opening to plant the bomb, but information is going to be given in the process. All white is going to start to close on in and close on in quick. Waze somehow able to get away with his life, get a kill off of Tank, and Tolkien gets slain off point as well. Maui Chums finally able to find that opening and close this down.
Oh my lord. We have a game on our hands.
Wow.
Maui are coming alive.
You're back almost every second of the match because it's almost inevitable. As we go into match number 3, map number 3, search and destroy, or excuse me, control here on High Rise.
Yeah, and it's, as you said, you do have to check your back. Rotations are a key thing. The second thing you got to be careful of as well is spawn traps. That's also a very common denominator that we do see. So you don't want to be completely wiped, because then you will be pushed into your spawns, into those buildings, and then there's no way out. So that is exactly what they're going to try and keep an eye on. But if you're attacking right now, which is going to be Maui doing, it's just finding a way to get onto these points, as that's a very long-range pistol. You got to find your way onto these points and capture them with help and reinforcements of your teammates, which immediately 3-stack going onto A.
Well, Maui did find that opening. They got themselves a tick. Not all hope is lost. They're on the offensive, and they're also up by 1 life. You love to see it, and especially when you're playing a team like these two that want it more than the other. Ticks are everything. If we're going to see us play on a round 5. I can't.
Which one is it?
Speak today.
5 or 6?
It's going to be a round 5. That you got teams that are going to be very much so dependent on ticks in the end game, and just like that, the wall's been put up. Time is ticking, and Maui gets to answer by stopping the time and getting themselves onto base.
Yeah, but they don't really have the reinforcements to back it. It's going to be Cleveland getting there quite quickly, so only 1 person on point, and every time someone does get there, it's going to be a little bit of trouble. Now they're going to be pushed back off point, and the time will continue to go down. Waze might try to go for 1 more lunge. No, it's going to be Nuck getting onto point, and it's going to be a little bit more successful for Nuck. There's going to be a second player. No, not just yet. Now a second player, Fictitious, is going to get on point. And it's down to the wire to try and get that extension, that minute extension that they need. In Cleveland, that's going to swarm this point.
You get a minute extension all they want. They're still down 6-10 now in the lives. Bob is going to be there, the deciding factor. It's a double kill, make it a triple. 2 seconds, 1 second, time is up. Cleveland, you've won yourself round number 1. But that is to say that it's sort of expected when you're playing on a map like High Rise for the defending team to win map number 1. But what also is expected is a player like Bob already enjoying a nice 2 KD to kick things off. Now Maui looking to replicate the same thing as they're now on defense against Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland were just getting their shots, picking the people, able to make sure that they were wearing down the players as they pushed up to those points. So then when they did get on point, it's only one person on there at a time, made it easier to then slowly move up around the point, and that explosion was not as planned because Maui's now a player down defending, and Cleveland are going to say thank you very much for that, except Bob does get taken down off the get-go.
Bob will be wiped at that. His streak has ended. Maui doing a pretty good job to start things off in the defending factor. Mikey is a big kill for you to get. Tolkien, that's a second kill on Propane. That falls victim to Maui. Cleveland not yet have been able to get a tick around this time last round. Maui did. So as of right now, statistically, Maui is in a much better position as Cleveland. But here's Bob. As we all know, Bob has never come to play. He just wants to win. Will do whatever it takes. But so will Vuki. There's a double kill to clear off B, but not before 2 ticks.
Yeah, 2 ticks, and it's still going up. Cleveland finding some nice pace. They're actually able to get onto the point while clearing out Maui's defense quite nicely. So they're putting pressure by having one person there, making sure the play is going towards them. They're not playing any fancy split strategies. Well, not just yet, as they are going to finish off that B site and start to move over to the A, but they need to be careful not to overcompensate, because it's exactly what they've done. They've started on the A, but B hasn't been fully finished. And it's a predicament now. Do you finish off B, or do you now commit to that A strategy? And it looks to be commit to A. Spiky left alone, and he's going to fall, but they're now going to split. One person on one side, one person on the other, and slowly they're going to make progression across it. They're taking lives with them.
Well, as that's happening, it doesn't seem to matter too much because Polky's sitting on the other side on the B. Fatitia's huge kill if he can win it in the process, but Tolkien, he's going to prove himself worthy of a member on the starting lineup for this team and do it. Spiky, there's 2 kills for him as well from the likes of it, and time is ticking. Maui now with 9 lives left to give. They won't need to give them because Cleveland will close out round number 2. Maui had a great start on defense to start things off, but get players like Bob and the rest of the squad over at Cleveland evenly distributing themselves across the map like High Rise. Recipe for success, just as we just saw.
Yeah, and you literally took my point. They spread themselves out really nicely. When a plan didn't go to plan, their reactive state was on point. They were able to react to it. They did still commit to that A site. And then what they did, they just sent one player over. They knew they could draw players over to A, so send one over to B to try and finish it off. And in doing so, then they sent a little bit more reinforcements when people died. And then, you know, as we saw, B was captured, then they went over to A, focused there. So fantastic work from Cleveland and exactly what they need to do. I would almost say to textbook. And much like the start of this round, textbook start from Maui, getting that first tick off the get-go and nearly getting the second with 2 people on point. That might be tick number 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, ticks are going to go through really fast. One trade will go through. Cleveland going to be completely slain off point, as earlier as we just saw. Fatitious, he's going to be slayed off as well. 24-23. Maui is going to, in fact, complete that B tick. So a little bit of breath of fresh air. Not all hope is completely lost in being swept on control. But Bob, still here, doesn't care at all. Still getting the kills at that. He's on a 5-3. That's 1 away from getting a cruise, but he just falls short. Book just barely getting away with that. He's going to be going into wrapping the spawns where it comes into play. Hyper, like I said earlier, you got to check your back at all times, because if you don't, you got someone like Bob will take care of you. Avenge himself.
Yeah, you got to always check the rear. Actually, Fatitious, I thought, oh no, that was objective. I thought he was on a 4 streak then. I got really excited, but no, he's on a 2 streak nonetheless. And with B taken up, Maui, they're not finding the A as comfortable as they thought. You have one player on point. It's going to be a little harder as Spiky will pick off 2 and Bob to assist. Live deficit in well, disadvantage for Maui. But once again, you can just see Bob. He pushed right the way up. Tuckley also right the way up. So spawn trap play is coming into effect. It's not a deep one. It is a shallow spawn trap, but nonetheless, it's a horrible one to be in. AJ eventually finds his shot. And that A site remains untouched.
Well, AJ is finally going to be shot off, but not before he does some damage. 6-13 from the likes of it. Not looking too good for Maui. This is the opportunity for them to pull a Cleveland and get themselves to a point where they look like they're going to lose, but come back anyway and pull it off. This is their chance to prove themselves as the undefeated team, Hyper, but as of right now, 4-11, 30 seconds and counting, down on the clock. Not a single tick onto A. Tolkien, weapons are hot for him. He's getting the kills. They haven't really erased that much time on A. Shows the utmost confidence on the side of Cleveland as 2 lives remain.
Yeah, and it's going to go down to 1 life now. Vuki going to get on point. He has to get on there, but doing so, he's pointed out. And what seemed to be a very close series almost now just started to go one-sided. Cleveland 3-0 and a complete dominance. I truly believe that Control is a game mode that they much prefer. Take a look at the map. It looks small, it looks tight, windy, but actually look how wide it is. And that's why I say it's a weird CQB map, because you can literally sit anywhere, lay down, MTW, and it does the job for you. So it's interesting because I think this is going to be an even close game again, but I think, again, just from what we saw, Cleveland might take it here, and immediately off the start, that feed is looking white.
Yeah, and we've never really seen much of a close quarters hard point, so here it is. Here is the time for both of these teams to show up, show off, and shine, as Cleveland and Maui are going to trade some time onto points, but perhaps ultimately are going to be favoring the side of Cleveland in the long run. Spiky, that was 2 kills for him, make it 3 on point. He got 2 with the rival, wanted to act like John Wick for a second, pulled out his pistol and got the 3rd in the process. Nevertheless, moving on over to P2, Maui. Decent setup, but Bob, as per usual, going to be a little stubborn before he's taken out.
Yeah, rotation over to P2 was even. Both sides still battling it out. It is still just in favor of Cleveland. But to be real, I don't think there's much control. Bob left on that point. Actually, no, there is one more. It's going to be, who's that there?
Spiky.
Spiky left as well. It's going to be contested. Canuck can get the kill. No, he won't. Bob will take the frag, and it's still undecided. No one's really claiming P2, and it's almost like another P1 at the moment. They will have to look at Art next. That's when we've got to see who's got the better angle. At the moment, man advantage will go in favor of Cleveland. There's 2 players up north rather than Nuck. Well, there was 1. Now it's down to 0.
Here we go now, rotating over to P3. I kind of panicked for a second there. I thought all 17 of that time was going to be abandoned, but Maui Chum being the smarter ones at the end, getting themselves onto the point. That's a nice 17 seconds they enjoyed for free, and it could be a potential mistake Cleveland did that could cost them this map. But nevertheless, now we're back onto P3, and Maui got some good control on it to start things off, but not before some resistance from the side of Cleveland is shown. Bob looking to go in and make a fantastic play for himself, but not this time. Quickly, as he's shut down by Fictitious. The boys in blue from the side of Maui. They'll take the lead here at P3.
Yeah, Maui doing a fantastic job of locking down P3. They've got nice and good control, hard angles to really peek round. So they're going to say thank you very much and take full control. However, Cleveland's already started that rotation. 20 seconds in, they're going down south to P4. Another very open site. So you've got to lock this site down early, but you have the likes of Fictitious and Vuki also rotating over. They've been dealt with nice and quickly, and brilliant work for Cleveland. They can start locking down and try for the early peaks, as Spiky will come from the rear, and that's horrible. Why would you do it in the back? And he still keeps on going. This is Cleveland's control.
Oh yeah, it is Cleveland control at this point in time, but it's quickly retaken Or, wow, guess I spoke too soon. Caster's curse in effect as Bob get a two-piece, and Spiky there for some support. Cleveland persisting in this new hard point. Not a single kill from the side of Maui within the last 10 seconds or so. There it is. Vuki able to break the curse that once was on Maui, but not before Spiky comes in over to KD in the process and lays him down to rest. 13 seconds of scraps now going to Cleveland. And my goodness gracious, Hyper, Maui had a really strong start. Good retake on the P2, but Cleveland answering back, but with force.
Yeah, now they've got to deal with this very, very awkward bridge. Remember, you can be on top, you can be below. So you can hide above or hide below. There's many options on this lovely little bridge. But it's going to be Vuki going to be soaking up some time. Cleveland got the initial point, taken off very quickly. Maui being second to the game, and with reinforcements giving them that opportunity. Cruz coming in, Spiky will take out Voodie, and that will be open sight, open plane, and hello Cleveland as they again continue to push onto this point and gain the points advantage.
Yeah, well, there's Maui answering to the challenge, as we once said, laid upon the boys from Cleveland. We're going to get some crucial control and scraps at that. Maui's been doing exceedingly well with getting scraps here as we rotate on over to P1, not too far away. Just a couple of footsteps off of P5, and you'll already be over at P1. Vuki finally able to put AJ to rest. I'm sure we've all been there, Vuki. Don't worry about it. We've all had to reload from long distance. So just like that, momentum will be transitioned from P5 to P1. Maui. They're going to take the lead again as Waze completely shutting down. Wow, that's a three-piece for Waze. AJ, Tulki, and Bob all off from one man. He's got a will. It's Waze.
Oh, he just keeps on going. 6 kills in the feed is going to be in favor of Waze. Streak in his pocket, and Cruz saying thank you so much. And already halfway through the point time, Maui are going to start that rotation over to P number 2. And look at this. Waze is just waiting. He's not deciding not to lose his streak. He wants more. He wants to put a big score on the board. Nuck getting nice and close. Gonna get those kills. And still, Maui holding this point. Nook getting the fists involved as well. He's down punching. Even if he's out of bullets, somehow still alive. Waze, well, he's kind of getting a little boring now. But Tuck, Tuck
yeah, I mean, Nook really just said, let me just put the gun down and use my knuckles at that to take care of the dirty deed. For those of you who are just joining us right now, we're checking out Maui as they take on Cleveland. Maui, the undefeated team, has fallen short 2 maps against Cleveland, but not without a fight. 249 to 250 map 1, and Search and Destroy was just as close as 6 to 5. Now we're going to be headed on over to Vista Hardpoint, and just at that, Maui is finally looking to wake up, come alive as that undefeated team in this series, but Cleveland answering again to the call for action as they get themselves some nice scraps on P2.
going north. We're going very, very far north, and already Blue is swarming the site. Cleveland done nice to bring themselves back in this game, bringing it to another close game. Bob, he's just popping off again. He's about to pick himself up another streak into his pocket, and he will very much like that, but he's just denied at the last second. Nook also finding one before getting taken out, and their feed starting to turn white. Once again, Cleveland really taking that control, and they need these points. They'll take the lead once again. It's about the 4th time the lead has changed in this game, and I feel there's going to be many more coming ahead. Nook still getting ferocious, down to halfway on that point, and we should be getting ready for P4, and already Cleveland have that spawn advantage.
Lead changes are being present with absolutely no sign of slowing down. There has been no one size, one shoe fits all equation for this matchup. It's been Cleveland, Maui, Cleveland, both sides. Who wants it more? Maui does not want to be sent home in these playoffs. Cleveland looking to get this done and over with so they can turn off the game and go to bed. Maui, there's some control over at P4. Volky and Spike are going to try to make a pinch. They do it successfully, but Volky trying to make a statement as well. He's not able to do it. Cleveland, they're going to take the lead again in this nail-biter of a series.
There's only the door to keep himself alive. Point still going in favor of Cleveland. It's now tied. No one on point just yet. Is it going to be a new lead change, or will Maui keep the lead going? No, Maui will keep the lead going. And Cleveland, well, they might start to think of the next rotation. Giving away 30 points seems a little too much, so they will fight. They will continue to keep pressing onto point. Nook jumping in. They're chucking bodies at each other. Trades back and forth. No one really taking advantage here. Now Cleveland have the point. 18 seconds. They're able to tie this up, but immediately Spiky gets taken down. And Bob, ready on next point, will fall. Maui got the advantage, but held from above. Tuckley also there to defend the point. He's not giving in. P5 is up for battle.
P5 bodies are going to fly. Not a single player here has had a peace of mind going over into P5 as we tread on over to the 200-point mark. Maui just treading on over. 5 more seconds. We can taste the victory of this map and force a map number 5. But Cleveland, they're coming in and coming in hot. Nuck, Fictitious, and Waze answers themselves to the call, but Tolkien comes from behind. He's looking to make a play. Maui cannot win off this point at this point in time. Cleveland has done what they can, but the boys in blue are fired up, showing absolutely no sign of slowing down, and neither is Spiky. Two-piece, one with the rival 9. The second with the Renetti in the process. My goodness gracious, Hyper. This is a series for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, that is brilliant time wasting as well. Put one person in there, stop the clock, and now they're going to bring themselves over to P1. Immediately, it's no one's point. No one has the advantage here. So we're going back into a deathmatch situation. Vuki will take the initial advantage. Reinforcements will favor him. But immediately, bullets are flying left, right, and center. South side in favor of Cleveland as they will push up, but the surrounding and they're starting to fortify. If you're Maui, you're going to try and lock down this P1. It's a hard point to lock down because it's going to be a firefight nonetheless. And Cleveland are pushing on. Fictitious going onto point as well, trying to fight on that 1v1. It's going to be Cleveland's, and Cleveland are going to try and press into that 200 mark.
Maui still can win off of this point. Cleveland cannot afford not even a second awarded to the side of Maui. Just in the first map, Maui lost to Cleveland 249 to 250. Maui not looking to make the same mistake. The cruise missile is going to go in. The time is going to be ticking down. 4 seconds left. Maui can't win. Maui can't win off the point. It's going to be exactly the same setup as we saw in map number 1, but this time Maui looking to not make the same mistake. We're going to see a map number 5, and we're going to see Maui say, look, fool me once, shame on you, but you definitely won't fool me twice.
Yeah. Another nail biter. Not as close.
The rest of CRL history. We got Maui Chums taking on the Cleveland Misfires. Cleveland looking to make a substantial upset in the playoff contention. Maui looking to hold their dominant position as undefeated. What a great opening so far.
It's been a fantastic opening, and if you're Maui, even happier. 3 down, and now it's down to AJ Trace on the Cleveland side, and AJ, well, he's in a bit of a sticky situation. He didn't even see the bomb going down. He'll pick off one, and he is left alone. The site is too open, too many angles, too many crevices, too many verticals, too many horizontals, too much, an overload of information. And somehow he's got to decipher it all, but it's not going to be deciphered this round.
Maui came in there with the same exact energy they had on the hardpoint map we just saw, with complete domination, hitting their shots, getting those kills and information in the process. Maui woken up themselves after that unfortunate sweep on control, but we know Cleveland at this point in time. They have been put in situations much worse. Maui's got 5 more rounds to win. Cleveland has 5 more rounds to prove themselves as the underdogs in this potential upset.
Yeah, this has got to be tough indeed. Bomb. It's going to go down south once again. Going to go to that B site, a very common site. I think it's preferred. A lot of cover behind there. Smoke going out. That's going to be nice and handy and dandy for sure. And Vuki saying, you know what? Take it. Take that. I've got nothing to do with it. Bob getting the kill on Vuki, and that will become a handy advantage in favor of Cleveland. Bomb going down for them, and now they can get into a post-plant position, set themselves up to focus only on that B side. AJ tracing, but a little too delayed. Now ties everything up.
2v2 situation. The advantage over onto Cleveland. Now make it 2v1. Spikes finds the opening. Now all up to WIII's. If you got someone you want to place your bets on to do it, it's going to be this man right here that you're seeing on screen. But he's not able to. Cleveland
Yet.
going to be sitting in that little cheeky corner right there. Use it to their advantage and catch WIII's off guard. They're going to put up 1 round on the board.
Yeah, all it was noise. You can see that Bob just heard the sounds of the footsteps and no Deddy's been popped. So, of course, you're going to redirect your aim, go back to the door, and make sure that you hit your shots. And that's exactly what Bob did. It's an awkward situation because, as I said, we're just starting to now get your tacticals to come in, your trophies, your Deddy's to pop on. So now we will see some different plays. Whether they're going to get used to the fullest extent, that's another question itself. Again, Bomb staying in the middle. I thought it was going to go south again, but no, little hesitation for now.
Well, it's basically just a measure right now to see who makes that first mistake, who's going to be made to pay, who will be the first life to drop to change the course of this match. Bob is going to go ahead and take a wrap around. Really get shut down in the process from WIII's. Say, no, you don't. Sit yourself right back down, but not before Maui able to get traded down. Nuck is going to get killed off of AJ. Almost got turned on there for a minute. Now Maui 1v3 situation. WIII's nothing but a way to close this out.
Whew, a little bit of distance and range for WIII's. He'll be happy with that, down to the last slither of life, but just as he's getting some health back, we'll get sniped out of left field. Cleveland putting himself 2-1, and this is looking fairly even. Both sides knowing how to move around this map, both sides knowing how they can peek another angle. I'm going to be real, and I'm calling it. Round 11 is a massive possibility here.
Well, we all know my history with predictions. Every single time I've predicted a map, it's been completely wrong. And this certainly is not the map to do it. Definitely don't want to go to sleep at night knowing that I might be the deciding factor in this match with my terrible predictions. So we're going to go on over into round number 4 as WIII's makes his way on over to cover that B-bomb site, as Cleveland and Maui have both been trying to plant on all match so far. There goes Tolkien. 0-3, trying to make a play, trying to make a name, try to make some moves as Spiky will find the first pick.
Yeah, and look who comes across the front. That is so unfortunate. A little brave, a little bold, Tuckley, saying, I'm going to do some puckle. But it's not going to work because Spiky holding that lower ground. He's got good sight line as well. Oh, Potatious. Potatious, I thought it was a little bit too long, but trigger discipline works in his favor. Down to AJ Trace to try and keep something alive. He's hitting these long shots, man. Oh, AJ, that is nasty. Unfortunately, he will die, but that's about the 3rd time he's hit a long shot on this map.
I mean, you got to give credit to where credit is due, but Maui did a great job in evenly distributing themselves across the map there to cover all and every area of the whereabouts that last Cleveland player would be alive. And at that, although AJ was able to get the kill off a really long shot at that, I'm sure he got a lot of XP for that one. Trade will go through in the process. Maui answering back 2-2 in the last map of this series.
Yeah, just adds that little extra pressure when you say last map like that. Gives me chills, gives me shivers. But no one's shivering right here. WIII's. Oh, he's not shivering at all. He's got this pinpoint accuracy. Unfortunately, a trade out somewhere else, so Spiky will get the kill, and it's going to be a 3v3, so no one getting the full advantage. But I tell you, he's got a little bit of information. WIII's really nicely pushed up. Sorry, no, he's going to get some nice information from below. But above, Bob, he might be a little devil here. That's a cheeky angle.
Well, Bob did.
Nice.
Right, Bob did have the advantage going from behind them, but It seemed that Vuki kind of spotted him hitting from top, and eventually they sort of waited him out. There it goes. Waze is going to get the kill onto Bob, finally taking him out in the process. Great measure of performance, not only for the side of Maui, but showing patience and persistence in the process. Now 5-2, Spiky has a deed to do now with 33 seconds and counting to defuse the bomb and get these 2 kills. It's going to be really difficult, but certainly is doable.
Is doable. And with a smoke, he's going to be able to push himself up onto the points.
Ooh.
That's going to be 1. Down to a 1v1. More favorable situation. He just needs to find the last. The smoke's going to go away, so not enough time to make a ninja. So he knows as soon as he pushes in, he's going to be exposed. He's trying to find the last player of Waze, but Waze has done a fantastic job of hiding away. And Cleveland going to say, thank you. Sorry, no, Maui going to say thank you so much. And Cleveland, that's unfortunate. Not much you can do in that situation.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. You always have people that I'm sure are going to be screaming at the TV and saying, just defuse the bomb, just run after him. But gotta actually admire the fact that he was playing the waiting game at that. Spiky is on a 3 streak at this point in time, going 6-2 with a fabulous KD to go along with his streak. So he's playing the end game. He knows that there was a very small chance he'd be able to clutch that up, so he doesn't go ahead and pursue it in the process. This cruise missile, as we most say, should be a free round. So Spiky plays it well. Tolkien with a great opening nade. Should be a round win in Cleveland's pocket.
Could be indeed. That's what it felt like. Oh, that was like 2 bullets in the head. That was mean. I do not like. But nonetheless, Maui's going to tie things up with Cleveland on the kill score. I spoke a little too soon, as now it's down to AJ Trace once again. We know he can hit these long shots, and he's getting himself in a very nice position to do so indeed. But that bomb in a CQB scenario, so is that MCW going to be good for that? That's the question he's asking himself. He jumps in, information immediately given away. Oh, he's just survived just a little bit longer. Renetti coming out, able to get the kill and the bomb in his favor. But now the pressure of Nuck going to come in, and it's going to be AJ Trace trying to keep himself alive. How has he been able to do that? AJ Trace coming back from a 1v2, tying the game up once again.
This man is insane. Not many people will look at you and say, why would you run and push that? Especially when his opponent there knew exactly where he'd be ending up. Question is, I don't know, but he still got the kill. So at this point in time, there goes the round for Cleveland, tying it up 3-3. AJ being a key playmaker in that round. He'll be going 7-4. He'll get on a 3 streak. 3 more of those. And Cleveland have a cruise missile in their back pocket. But look at this. Maui. Looks like they'll be opting for A this time.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was really expecting a B, as Spiky would take that first pick, and I think that's a little bit of a sense of why we don't go A. Very open site, very hard to make a plant, but once you do, it pays off very nicely. Again, Maui are thinking to themselves, why did we go this direction? Fatatious is going, hang on a minute, boys. I'm all by myself. This is not where I want to be. And down to a 1v4. We've seen bigger dreams, and this would be one time he needs to have big dreams. Finds one? No, he does not.
AJ Trace, again, takes care of the dirty deed. The last kill, the last round will do it for this round. Now Cleveland, slowly but surely, starting to get a nice little appetizer of what it's like to not only advance from the semifinals, but upset an undefeated team at that. 3-4, Maui still has a very substantial fighting chance. Not all hope is lost by any means. But Cleveland, 2 more rounds left to give, and you could very well walk away with this one.
Yeah, I'm glad you said there's still hope, because this can still go either way. Vuki getting nice and low. They're going to check that angle. Oh, trigger discipline is going to work against him this time. A quick plant going over to that A site. So Cleveland saying, hey, it didn't work for you, but we're going to make it work for ourselves. A trade going past, but Maui, man down. It looks to be in favor of Cleveland. Down to Fatatious once again. He's alone. He's got to do something. Bomb is down. Trophy going down. Not looking too good for him.
Nope. Didn't look too good at all now. I mean, what looks even worse is Cleveland's at a match point. 5-2-3. Well, hold on a minute though, Hyper. Seen this very situation happen not too long ago. We've seen this situation on Invasion. 5-3. So, will it be that Maui pulls off the same thing they do and win 3 in a row? Or will Cleveland this time have learned their lesson from Invasion and close this out? It all boils down to this. 4 lives to give for both of these men.
4 lives indeed. And it's going to be very interesting nonetheless. Has Maui got anything to come back with? That's the question you're going to ask. Bob is going to fall. Key player, key fragger gone already. He hasn't really popped off since the very start. Bob's kind of faded away. And Maui, this is an advantage they do want. This is the situation they want to be in. They just need to find more people to kill. You can see Cleveland keeping themselves a bit further back, not engaging too far. They know they're in a bit of a stinker right now. Fuki playing it slowly and quietly, trying not give too much information away. And Spiky, well, this is great information. When Maui's giving away themselves and the bomb, Spiky will say thank you very much, and that's one step closer to closing this out. Nearly getting the second kill, and Spiky's position given away.
Spiky's position is given away, but the trade won't go through, so that's ultimately a benefit for Spiky. There's a second one by himself. He's taken out 2 of Maui's players. Time is ticking. Bomb needs to get down, but Nuck and Way's answer to the call. 2v1 situation from top. There's AJ. 7 seconds left. Shots are going to be fired. There's not enough time for the bomb to be defused. All he had to do was stay low. But pride and I'm sure fear, pressure got the best of him. Maui able to squeak away with that one.
You should have just stayed low. Go prone, hide down. You might have survived from the wall bangs, but that if Maui wins this now, it's because of that moment. That could have been avoided, and the game would have gone to Cleveland. We continue. We keep on going. And round 10 we are at. And bomb going south. Back to the usual plans.
Well, back to B they go. They've both got a little bit of a taste of what it's like to go to A. Didn't like it, spat it out, and went right back to B. Nuck, that's an opening kick for you to start things off on the side of Maui. Ways, there's another nade for you to start off an opening. Spiky, he's got the bomb defuse in passing. Buki, goodness gracious. That's all 4 off from Cleveland.
Wow.
All 4 off. Not a single life left on the side of Maui. Not even a single tick of damage I witnessed throughout that entire round. Maui, this is a very, very, very concerning spot for you to be in if you're Cleveland.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's round 11, the final map, and it literally is 4 lives remaining. 1 life each. You die and you are done. Is the undefeated going out? Or are the underdogs coming back to Raw?
We'll see now as we open ourselves into round 11. At least one of us got a prediction right once. Hyper, that's you, my friend. All blue are going to push themselves over to B. Not taking any chances. Shots will go through. Smoke goes in for hopefully quick plant in the process. There goes the bomb. It's down. Opening kill is found, but 2v4 situation now favoring Cleveland, but the bomb is down. Maui has that bomb advantage.
Wade's got great information from above. He now knows where 1 is pushing up. Ooh. It's not going to work. It's going to be Bob who gets it, and it's completely wiped. Cleveland have done it. They have made the undefeated defeated. And what a play. It happened in a split second. Cleveland wins the semifinals and will advance through, and